Alrighty. I think we're all good and up and running here. Mic audio is looking good. That's a plus. Let's roll. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Rob vonShoe. Welcome to the Mangog featured 5-star arena grind. I'm just going to be putting up points here tonight, just hanging out next hour and a half, couple hours, whatever it winds up being. Just going for a featured 5-star for Mangog. What a name. So I am currently sitting at about 30 million points right now. I figure by, let's see, we got 14 hours left. I can probably bump that up to about mid-40s. That should be about good. And then go from there. But I want to welcome you to the stream first and foremost. It is a pleasure getting to see you hang out with all you guys here tonight. Before we get too far along, though, I do want to take a moment and welcome the latest Von subs to the channel. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for finding the channel in the depths of the YouTubes. Cheers. I'm digging the videos put out so far and are interested in the videos yet to come. Busy week here so far. Uploaded a crystal opening here this morning. Going for Odin since his early access was out yesterday. If you haven't checked that out, do kindly encourage you to do so because it was pretty wild. It's pretty wild. I'm getting 3 new champions out of those crystals, so I'll take it. I'll take it. That is certainly the shoe shine method for the win once again. Good old tried and true. I got a video coming out tomorrow with some Odin Synergy pre-fight gameplay. Kind of showing off the shock ability. Seeing as how he has 3. He's got the protection, he's got shock, and then he also has the aptitude. So this one's going to be focusing on the shock a little bit. It's going to be coming out tomorrow morning, so do keep your eyes peeled for that. And then you've got some more Angela gameplay too coming up. But from the top, I want to say big howdy to Andrew. Big howdy to FaZe. What's good, everybody? Man, this freaking Luke Cage got me dialed in. I don't know if it's just me. It's probably just me. But it feels like parry and dexing backwards have been completely unreliable the last week or so. I'm probably chalking it up to just me, but good lord. It's happened so many times where I think that I've dexed back or I parried, and I'm just taking punches to the face. Fun times. Lewis popping in saying, hey Rob, good evening, sir. Well, good evening back to you, bud. Happy Wednesday, happy St. Patrick's Day. FaZe saying hello. I call him Mango. That works. It's a tie between either mango or eggnog. I mean, some people call him Mangog. I mean, sure. I guess you could if you really wanted to. I'm going with eggnog. That's my personal favorite, but tomato. Either way, Mango Man. Boink. Yoink. But it is St. Patrick's Day here in the States. Do wish you guys all a good one here if you choose to celebrate. It's really weird. This is the second St. Patrick's Day of the pandemic season, and it's just weird. I'm usually out with friends enjoying the festivities. But this year and last year both been benched. It's different. It's definitely different. Still get to have fun and enjoy just in different ways, you know, than before. Looking forward to actually getting out and enjoying the day proper here, hopefully next year. And just going from there. Thought on the Odin 5-star featured arena cutoff. I'm going to say probably somewhere in the 70 million range. Probably. because I think it's going to be higher than than most of the other arenas, but I don't think he's going to break arena scores because it's really mixed, you know. Because like people are really excited about the pre-fights and the synergies, but nobody I think is hyped about the champ himself. So that's what I think. Probably somewhere in a 70 mil range. It's not BP. It's BP says, hello, good man. How are you? I am most excellent. Most excellent. The week is finding me well. It is flying by. We're already halfway through. It's pretty nuts, right? It's like you blink and you miss it almost. But how are you doing? I think pivoting from that, I think the biggest news from today or yesterday, I think, is that Angela's the new featured arena. Starting up on tomorrow, which is pretty cool. Angela's an amazing champion, post buff, and then with Odin, she's pretty OP. So if you don't have a 5-star or a 4-star version, now's the time to get one. Because her SIG ability actually is really good now. They heard everybody joking and memeing about how useless Angela, her SIG ability was, and they're like, well, let's do something about that. And oh boy, have they. Nice thing too about Odin, I did a video on this a couple days ago, is that because of the pre-fight ability that Odin has, it doesn't matter if your Angela is SIG 20 or SIG 200, Odin is able to level the playing field, so that is very good. And I'm really excited about that because I'm considering a rank up of Angela, and she is low SIG, so seeing that she's still able to capitalize on that aspect of her awakened ability is really good. It's really good. Start shrugging off some of those damaging debuffs ASAP. Kingslayer popping in saying, hey Rob, what's good, Kingslayer? How in the heck are you, my friend? How's it going? Doink, doink, yoink. Yeah. Warlock's interesting. I gotta keep working on dexing that special one. There we go. Crap. That special one, I had it. I just needed to, you know, Tigra. Because if you dex back, you don't have enough space. Or you have too much space and you whiff and he punches you in the face. So you gotta do a single light hit, get yourself close enough to still be able to heavy into him after he throws a special one. Fascinating champion. I really like Tigra. High risk, high reward, you know? It's crazy scary how fast time flies. Makes you think, to be honest. It does. It does. Especially if you have a little person in your life. A kid, either your own kid, a younger sibling. You know, if one of your siblings has a kid or a kid cousin, something like that. Because it's like, you know, you've got your own life, taking it day by day and whatnot, and, you know, 2021 isn't going to be too terribly much different than 2020, ain't going to be too much different than 2022, right? Because at this point, you know, we're all adults or almost adults, but we're grown up. But then you look at, like, your little person, you're the kid in your life, right? And they're just shooting up like a beanpole. You blink and they're like 3 feet taller. Then that's what makes you realize, you're like, holy Jesus. Time flies, man. Time flies. What up, Reaper? So I took my Mole Man to rank 2 a little while ago. Crazy damage. Yeah, dude. Skill Corvus. I actually got paired up against a unduped Mole Man in Arena. And I want to say for a second forgot that he had been buffed. Just because I'm so used to, like, auto-fighting Mole Man. Well, I got clipped by a special, and my full health champ went from full health to hanging on by, like, half of a percentage. And then the bleed damage KO'd me, so. Yeah, he's pretty spicy. He's pretty spicy. They did a good job giving him a little bit of TLC. Dash stopping in and saying, hey, happy St. Patrick's Day. Well, happy St. Patty's to you too, bud. Who do I think the April champs will be? I think they might be Falcon Winter Soldier related, because I think on the calendar, right, there was some extra spaces in like the Avengers-esque category, so like either like Falcon Cap and Zemo, or was it U.S. Agent? Is that his name? The not Captain America, something like that. And I mean, also because the game is way overdue for some MCU inspired characters. That's my guess, though. And then, you know, who the champs are going to be that they're going to buff too. I don't know. It's exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what they got up their sleeve. Man, speaking of St. Patty's Day, so I was gonna say over here for the question of the day, which is usually off to the left here, like what your favorite St. Patty's Day tradition is. And I'm sad because mine shut down, not like closed down, but like shut down. Because we always go to a pub, right, and they just have the most amazing corned beef burger. It was one of the most delicious things I've ever eaten. Like, there's bar food, right? And it's just like, yeah, it's food that you just stuff in your mouth just to eat, right? And then there's like, hey, this is pretty good. It's like restaurant quality. And then there's like, dang, dude, you go there for that. Yeah, and that's what that burger was to me. That's what it was. I mean, it's just an Angus ground beef patty with corned beef, and it's just so freaking good. Could elect to have some, like, I don't know, fried onion straws on top of it too. It's just so good. But I mean, the place wound up shutting down, which is a big shame, because I really want one. I really, really want one. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could have that as the question of the night here is, what is your favorite St. Patty's either memory or tradition? Feel free to throw that in the chat for everybody watching live, or if you're watching after the fact, leave that down in the comments section. It's always cool getting to see what other people do too. Get out of here, Magneto. Silly goose. Freaking going unstoppable all the time, too. It's so annoying. Sometimes I feel it's almost worth getting clipped by a heavy attack just so it goes on cooldown, so you can just not have to worry about it again for a little bit. Tough question I would have. I would like to have a perspective. Sure. Would you go do a job that is high paid for a few months, but in a third world country, and you hate the job, but might be the smart thing to do? Smart thing to advance your career, smart thing because of the paycheck, or smart thing just get out of your comfort zone? And I suppose for me, it also depends which country. Because I suppose that would also wind up factoring into it too. But I would certainly entertain it, no doubt. Like with everything, I mean, you always got to weigh the pros and the cons, right? I mean, on the pro side, you have a good paying job, right? Pro side, it's only for a few months, and then pro side, just, you know, whatever the answer is to, you know, if it's the smart thing to do. And then the con side is, you know, whatever sort of reservations you've got about it, or what have you. I guess. I really don't like this matchup. Then, I mean, once you got everything jotted down, then just, you know, do it side by side and see which what outweighs what, but yeah, I mean, if we're just speaking purely in hypotheticals, I would certainly entertain it. May even wind up doing it too. Because almost at the same time too, it depends like what the other bit is that you're going to get out of it, whether it's experience or making connections or what have you. Because paycheck's nice, but it's sort of like that extra bit, the making the connections, the experience through resume builder. That's almost worth more than that, just because of, you know, that's what's going to wind up leading to whatever the next thing is. Been on the road for about 8 years, and I was about to come home, but I've got a new offer, and I don't know what to do. Well, have you looked for, or have you looked for things around home? Because I was gonna say, I mean, having been on the road for 8 years, I don't know, because like at that point, it's kind of like a major. I don't know. I don't want to like overhype it, but at that point, it's kind of like going. It's the difference between like a temporary thing or like, you know, hey, remember that time when, and becoming like, oh, it's more of a, not like a lifestyle, but more than routine, I should say. Which certainly isn't a bad thing. But I don't know, I suppose it just depends on where you're at mentally with all of it too. I mean, if you're cool being on the road, then yeah, what's a few more months? But at the same time too, if you've got either I don't know, either like a homesick feeling, or you know, you want to just try something different, then honestly, that probably would be not be a bad idea either. Pee-pee popping in saying, watch out, it's a Leprob Von Con. Man, you try saying that 5 times fast. What up, Pee-pee? Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods Part 2 comes out tomorrow. Trailer came out this morning. I haven't seen it. I want to see it. Is it bad that I'm almost as hyped for the soundtrack as I am for the game? Freaking Doom soundtrack that they've done is just absolutely fire. Man, you play that at the gym? Yup. And I just so happened to beat Doom Eternal for the first time today. Well, there you go. I mean, it's meant to be. It's meant to be. BB says, Rob, I'm a little disappointed in me. Ah, well, join the club, bud. It's a long line. I mean, also, not that it matters, but I'm sporting the green colors here today. It's dark. I can't really see it. Let's see if I can adjust my. Oh, but that's off. That does nothing. That does absolutely nothing. I regret even attempting it. That does absolutely nothing. One of these days, actually, I'm gonna need to do like a setup tour. It works. But good lord, it is budget AF. But it works, and that's why it's awesome. No Lucky Charms on St. Patty's Day? Nah, dude. Cereal's for Sundays. Cereal is for Sundays. But way to go spoiling my Sunday stream, dude. God, now I'm gonna have to come up with something different. I'm playing, bud. I'm playing. Either that or I do like just like tricks to subvert people's expectations. God, I hate how they've turned that into like a negative. Like going in and subverting someone's expectations has always been a good thing, right? Because the way that you do it is usually smart and clever and, you know, not give people what they want, but what they do get is better. And now it's just like, I'm subverting expectations. You're like, no, don't. Stop it. You'll ruin it. I don't know what it is, but you'll ruin it. Coming home means going to school and actually start my life properly. Ex-military, and this is crossroad. Many ex-military face at some point. Adult life is hard. I know. I got buddies too that have been in similar situations too. Because also what winds up happening is that there's always one more job, right? There's always going to be one more job. And there isn't anything wrong with taking one more job. But I guess that's kind of where I was going with that. It's like, it depends, you know. Really, I mean, you got to ask yourself what you want. Not just something for a job or whatever. That's so surface level. Like, what do you want out of life? 30 is still young. I know some people in chat are going to razz me or disagree with me on that one, but 30 is still young. I mean, hell, I'm 30. I'm telling myself that at least. But 40 is still young, but I mean, it's different, right? 30 is a great point to be like, cool. Got myself to this point here, you know, got myself through, you know, primary education, through school, had a good chunk of my adult life. Now it's starting to plan out the next 10, 15 years, right? What are you going to do now between now and 50? And I mean, if starting off and, you know, planting some roots here at home, whether it's, you know, a home-based job, family life, you know, whatever it is that it's going to make you happy, you know, wherever you see your life going, or, you know, getting around to doing that thing that you always wanted to do but just haven't just quite gotten the time to do just yet. You know, that's a big consideration. Or if that was something that, you know, you've either never seen yourself doing or just hasn't ever really, you know, crossed your mind, or not something that, you know, it's always been in the back of your head and something that you wanted to do, then yeah, by all means. I mean, like I said, there is always one more job there, and there always can find you one more job. Going here, going there. And when that job wraps up, you know, it's either coming back home stateside and doing something, another one more job somewhere else, or that one job leads into one more job after that, and there you go. All I'm saying is that there's no wrong answer, right? There's no wrong answer. The biggest thing with that is that, honest to goodness, the most important thing is you gotta just sit down and be honest with yourself too. You know, because at the end of the day, you know, you can tell anybody else whatever you want, but you gotta be honest with yourself, because that's the one you gotta live with. Reaper says, I now have 3 rank 2 6-stars, Space Ghost, Red Mags, and Mole Man. That's a solid roster to have, Reaper. Nuggets talking up chicken nuggets, or chicken tenders, sorry. Got Ghost from a Nexus. Sweet. 5-star Ghost from a Nexus, I'm assuming, right? Because if you got a 6-star Nexus to begin with, that's nuts. And then a Ghost out of that, that is just ridiculously lucky still. Billy says, I'm 25 and feeling old. Oh, just wait. Third 2, work at a call center. Nothing wrong with that. I got friends who work at call centers. I suppose, too, it just really depends on how you see yourself, right? If you are... Because I would say that for most people, whatever it is that your job is does not define who you are, right? Like, if you had 30 seconds, you know, to go up and introduce yourself to whoever, somebody new, right? You know, like, hey, I'm Rob, and you got 30 seconds to sell yourself as, you know, or at least present yourself in an interesting way to just, like, sum up who you are in 30 seconds. I mean, does your job fit into those 30 seconds? Or it's like, hey, I'm so-and-so, I like to do this. This is a fun hobby of mine. I like sports. I like going outdoors, whatever, right? I would hazard a guess and say most people fall in that category. I would not place myself in that category. I very much define myself by what I do. And there's nothing wrong with that either. There's nothing wrong with that either. But that's what I'm talking about, just being honest with yourself too. Cheers, all. Let's not put Old Man Logan against Omega Red. That's not a good idea. Andrew asking, did you beat 524? I did beat 524. I beat 524 a little while ago. But yeah, I beat it. Unless you were talking to somebody else in chat. Mags is really good. Mags is super good. Kabam has done an absolute amazing job on buffing some champions. Red Mags is right up there. Venom is right up there. I'd say Angela is right up there now too. Not on the same level as Red Mags and Venom, but good lord, Angela is so useful. Reaper says, right now I'm working on saving and stacking up some cash. Smart. That's smart. Invest in some Dogecoin. Question is 525 easy. Can't use 4 stars. I wouldn't say it's easy. But well, I will say that it's more challenging than any of the other Act 5 content you've done thus far, but it's going to be easier than everything else coming after that. If that helps at all. Looking forward to seeing the next set of tier rewards, possibly 6-star crystal, maybe the tier after a 6-star nexus, maybe too much. I mean, I am too. Tier rewards for which game mode, if you don't mind my asking? I am, although speaking of like the next tier of rewards, I am 100% jumping on the Seaton bandwagon that there needs to be a Thronebreaker level crystal. 4 stars, 5 stars, 6 stars. 6-star, 10% drop rate. 5-star, 30% drop rate, and 4-star was it 60% drop rate, something like that. Could even spice it up to like, I don't know, 15, 35, and 50. I'd be okay with that too. But I mean, honest to goodness, stop charging 300 units for a friggin' 3-star with like a 0.1% chance at a featured 6. Get out of here with that nonsense. That was fine like a year and a half, 2 years ago, but at this point in the game, nah, dude. Juggling a long-distance relationship spanning UK to the Ukraine, starting my own business, selling my second flat while working 2 jobs. When my business kicks in, I'll quit, but for now, that sounds like you got a lot on your plate there. You got a lot of good stuff on your plate there. But you got a lot on your plate there. And I wish you the best with that, Billy. I absolutely wish you the best. That's awesome. Rob's talking about the elevator pitch. Yeah, effectively. The elevator pitch, but instead of like you selling an idea, you're selling you. And it's honestly, I mean, that's the way it should be. No one's going to be a better spokesperson for yourself than yourself. Dolmet stopping in and saying, hello. Well, hi there. Happy Wednesday. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you too, bud. Good to see you. How's it going? For the fights where you need a feather? Oh, yeah. 6-star crystal would be really nice, but they're so stingy in dealing out full 6-star crystals. I would be shocked. Because they've already had, actually, how many feathers do I have right now? I've been sitting on those for a while. 5? I still have the stupid Deadpool shards, too. So I think I'm almost ready to unlock the next tier if I do all 5. So we had a full 5-star crystal already. I think the next one's what, a 5-star Nexus? And then I would probably hazard a guess and say it's like 3,000 6-star shards or something like that. I mean, I wish it was a full crystal. I really do. Especially with the new featured batch starting up in, what, 10 days or whatever it is. I just hope that the other 18 champions are just as interesting as this month's. Because this last batch, because this current batch of featured 6-stars, for me personally, I know everybody's different with different account progress and needs and whatnot, but for me, out of the 24 characters in this 6-star batch, there was only one that would have been suboptimal, and that was Cable, just because I already had Cable. But I mean, my Cable's ranked too, so 20 more SIGs on him wouldn't be the worst thing, and wasn't the worst thing when I wound up pulling him once. But yeah, I mean, that's amazing. I will gladly spend 15,000 6-star shards for a guaranteed useful new character. So I mean, if it's anything halfway like that for this next one, I'm going to be super excited. But don't get me wrong, I'd really want to pull that I-Bomb. I-Bomb, #1 pick. Spider-Ham, #2 pick. I got 3 months to get one of each. Well, 2 I-Bombs and 1 Spider-Ham, but fingers crossed. Bought one of the Odin packs. It was a bad decision. Yeah. I mean, at least there's the or the 1,000 6-star shards bonus and the boosts, right? So even if you get all like 5 3-stars, at least there's that. Wish they would do that for just regular crystals in the regular store. Like not just like a pity system, but basically a pity system. For every 10 you get like a bonus, I don't know, 500 6-star shards, something like that. I mean, for the amount of units you spend to get those, to wind up pulling 10 3-stars is trash. I'm good. Finished up Abyss Path 3. Ooh. What was your favorite fight? And what was your least favorite fight? Because for me personally, overall, looking back on the entire Abyss, I really enjoyed that piece of content. Like, don't get me wrong, some of those fights are just straight BS crock. The Green Goblin fight is far and away one of my least favorite fights. That can just go away forever. But some of the fights were so stupid much fun. I wish that they would implement them in the main game, just so I can, you know, do that fight again without having to go through the entire Abyss to get there. Maybe 5,000 6-star shards, final tier, full 6-star crystal maybe. I wish. It's an awakening gem crystal and 3,000 6-star shards in tier 10. 5-star awakening gem crystal, I'm assuming, right? Does a 5-star awakening gem crystal still get you guys excited? I'm asking just for like each and every one of you personally. I'm always good for it. I'll always take it, but of that, it's not like that's the first thing I go to, like, yeah, I want one of those. No, it's like, hey, that's nice. I can use that. I don't have a preference which one I pull, but I'll take that. Yeah, I heard that designs. I heard that, and I saw the design for the character. What I don't know is if they're making it Steve Rogers or if they're making it like a someone taking up the mantle. Four-star Odin at 420. Did like 7,000 burst damage off his special 2 big red numbers. Yeah, but you can only get... So that's the downside about Odin. You can only get that once every other fight. Because after you run a round with Odin, then you gotta bench him for the next fight so he can get his Odin sleep in. And then the fight after, that's when he can start doing some interesting numbers again. You think 20,000 shards for a Nexus trade would be worth it? Yep. I'd do that trade. More choice is always a good thing in my book. Mags even did really well against Red Skull. Our favorite fight was Howard with Magneto. He absolutely destroyed him. The fight I hate the most was Luke Cage, as always. Yeah. Luke Cage was always my ramp up fight. Like I wound up using Aegon and used Luke Cage to ramp up Aegon slowly, but to ramp him up. So that always wound up costing me a number of pots, just even playing optimally, just because of the ramp up. You only get so many hits, and then, you know, quit out, bank the hits that you got, go back and do it again, which So much fun. See, that's what I'm saying. I should just keep doing that with Magneto. Let him hit me on the first heavy, and then while it's on cooldown, then just play him like normal. I gotta try Magneto against that Howard sometime, because I went through before he got buffed. But I imagine he just completely shut him down. Doink. Maybe by next year they'll be more lenient with 6-star shards. I hope so. As soon as they just embrace and accept that the game is at a current 6-star meta, then I think it's just going to be better for everybody. Because right now I think they're still just tailoring too much stuff towards 5 stars, which is, you know, okay. But I don't think... I mean, 5 stars isn't like the shining beacon on the hill anymore. It's not the thing to aspire to. And hasn't been for a while. So I think they need to do a number of things. You know, revamp the featured crystal, right? Introduce the Thronebreaker level crystal. Introduce a 6-star arena. And then just make 6-star shards more prevalent altogether. Could even add a dual class crystal. That'd be really nice, but yeah, I mean, something. And some people would counter and say, well, if they do all that, then that just means that 7 stars are on the horizon. And to that I say, I mean, maybe, but most likely not. Seeing as how we haven't even introduced rank 4 6 stars yet, let alone rank 5 6 stars yet, I think we're still a good ways off. Alright, come on. Get out of your hood. Yellow Jacket's super annoying in 524. Yeah, because he's buffed now, right? He's actually is the buffed one now. Alright, Designs. Best of luck at work. Take care, bud. Thanks for stopping in. We'll catch you later. Billy says, could you do an Abyss fight for me and explain how it works? Just wanted to try it, but died in seconds, and I'm not sure why. Didn't even get him. Well, that's because you probably got shafted by one of the Abyss nodes. So I have no idea where I'm at story mode. Oh, I just barely started. Alright, yeah, forget that. So, there's that, there's that, there's that. Should be good. Doesn't really matter. We'll just take the Dark Hawk here. Alright, so Darkhawk, right? So just like in Labyrinth, right, he's got the chance to have a Labyrinth evade. You can't cold snap him, you can't true strike him, you can't do any of that. It's different. Complete croc. You get hit, then it's gonna not go well for you. If you get by a special 3, it's not gonna go well for you. Don't fight with a class disadvantage. It won't go well for you. You can only have, what, 200 hits? 250 hits, I think. And then you die. And then that counter, that hit counter, deteriorates if you haven't hit the enemy in 8 seconds. So that's just for Abyss in general, for everything. But then Darkhawk here, this one specifically, and every champion in Abyss has a special extra bell and whistle, right? So for this one, say, Darkhawk, he can steal power. He's immune to ability accuracy reduction. And immune to nullify. And then some armor up buff, right? So I'm just going to go in with sparkles here. This probably isn't going to go well. You can parry these guys, which is nice. They don't have limber in Abyss like they do in Labyrinth. So that's a big plus. But there you go. See, so that's the Fight Me Coward, and already the timer's ticking down. I said 250. I think I misspoke. But see how there's that counter at the top, that 117. That's how many hits you got left. And there's the stun, the 10% chance to stun kicking in, because 10% chance by Kabam numbers means 100% chance. This is gonna go poorly for me. And the problem with that stupid bit about Fight Me Coward is that it's entirely dependent on enemy AI. So if they turtle up, then there's nothing you can do about that. I purposely pushed Darkhawk to the special 2 because I don't care. But in the real game, don't do that. That's bad. So what I want to try and do here is get that counter down to 0, just to show off what happens then. Because really, then it's just like, well, better luck next time. And that's one of the big downsides of Abyss, is that it just completely reduces the amount of viable characters you can use for this. Because then you're starting to count hits in like your special attacks, you're starting to count hits like just in basic combos, right? So like Daredevil Hell's Kitchen would be awful for this. Because like his special 1 is like 37 hits by itself, right? Or may as well be. Come on, dude. Or I mean, or not. That works too. Outcome's still the same. I just need you to get down to 0. Come on. Okay, so I was right, 250. It's kind of like the different, not rage stacks, but the grumpy meter in Labyrinth. But instead of a timer, it's dictated by hits. Anyway. Does that help a little bit? That's my guess, at least, for what you wound up running into, that it was probably just a one of the nodes. Did over 50% easily in one run. Hey, good on you, bud. Save you some pots that way. Do I see MCoC lasting for another 5 years? Yes, but they need to introduce a new gameplay mechanic gimmick. I think in order to survive the next 5 years, they really need to push that like striker system up to the forefront, because I think that would be a large enough shift in the meta and a new and interesting enough gameplay mechanic to propel the game forward for that long. That, and if they introduce gears. Like, the way that they're going right now is unsustainable. You know, it's unsustainable. Because there's going to wind... I would argue that for the people, the whales, the people who've been playing for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, right, are finding themselves in the boat where, you know, a new champion comes out and it's like, who cares? Not maliciously, like, oh god, I hate this character, but it's like, I don't have a use for them. Resources and rank up materials are so rare in this game that you gotta scrimp and save to take a single new character up to max rank, whether it's a 565 or worse still, a 6-star rank 3. And all of those resources are going to go to one character specifically, and in the time it's going to take to get the resources for that one character, like a dozen more come out. So at that point, it's just like, well, what's the use, right? But at the same time, too, I mean, if you have a sizable enough roster, it's like, well, I already have a solution for this. Yeah, that character looks cool and solves a problem, but I already have a solution, so who cares? That's where, you know, the gears system would come in, or items, held items, and the striker system, because it completely shifts the meta, turns it on its head, and, you know, champions who were bad before can be good now, and vice versa. Everybody has their use. So yes, but not the way things are going. But I'd like to see it that long. I very much would like to see it go that long. Nugget says, can you do me a favor? Can you go to 524 because I went to the path you told and it didn't go well. Can you help with which other path to go? Yeah. Let me take a look at that in a sec here. What's the next Rob Von 2 stream? Friday maybe? Friday maybe? Only reason I'm not doing it right now is just because, you know, future grind. But this next week is Angela. I already have the 5-star. I don't need to go for her again. So yeah, probably Friday. Start building up to the Realm run. 5, 2, 4. Helped a lot. It was the thing I tried to fight but didn't even get a chance to hit him. Everybody's got their own secret nonsense. Here. Let me see. There was a cheat sheet that helped me out ridiculously much. It's making the rounds, or it had made the rounds. But that helps out considerably, because that way you can see what node is tied with everybody else to know what to expect and all that fun stuff. Skins would sell like crazy. Yeah, I mean, it makes Fortnite a boatload of cash. Give me a black and gray X-Force Wolverine with the red eyes. Oh yeah, everybody should have an alternate costume. It would take, like, literally no time. And honestly, the other thing with the game, though, too, is that I think at some point they're going to need to, like, go for, like, a, I don't know, week-long maintenance and just implement a new engine. Because this is a very mid 2010s game engine, and here we are a year plus into the 2020s. So, you know, I don't want to see Contest of Champions 2, but it definitely needs some serious back-end support. Billy says, is Odin tomorrow? No, Odin's next week. Angela's tomorrow. So we are 5 to 4. Where'd you go, bud? I think it was the Optimus Pessimist that you were going, right? Or was it Plagued Mind? So I would definitely not go with Limber. That one I would say is challenging enough. I mean, this one isn't that bad. Combo Shield and Checkmate. Optimus Pessimist is not bad. That just winds up giving him extra armor. Stay away from Limber again. Don't do Caltrops because that you need to bleed immune for that. Yeah, I mean, I would still probably stick with this one right here, the Optimus Pessimist. Or up here where it's the Combo Shield. Yeah, I mean, aside from the Caltrops right here and Limber, there isn't anything that really forces you to change up your normal playstyle. David says, Rob, I've got horrible news. My account got hacked. I lost 4,000 units. Someone ranked up my 5-star Storm, and I was saving for Doom. How did that happen? I'm sorry to hear that. That's very unfortunate, but how did that happen? Billy says Falcon would destroy this whole room. Yeah. There's a number of champs now that would just have a field day. And there's enough immunity champs out there too where that Caltrops wouldn't be much an issue if you had one of the immunity champs. You also do a teeny tiny favor for me. Sent you. I sent you my login info. I need you to clear Abyss Easy Path for me. Trade off, you get to test out a max 2-star Elsa. Ooh, that is tempting. That is tempting. But I tell you what, I mean, if I really, really had a death wish where I really wanted to have my account banned, I would go for that in a heartbeat. Heck yeah. Got the jokes. B-More says, drive by like, gotta go to bed. Best of luck on the rest of the stream, and happy St. Patrick's Day. B-More, thank you very much. Happy St. Patty's Day to you too, bud. Thanks for popping in. Get some good Z's. We'll catch you later. Well, David, obviously something wound up going awry. either your password is so simple that somebody just randomly guessed it, or someone had access to your phone and was able to just log in that way. Unless it's a previously used account by somebody else, then if they were the OG owner, then they have every right and every access to be able to access their old account and do whatever the heck they want with it. But something screwy there. Something screwy there. The best thing to do going forward, because I doubt Kabam would be able to revert all of that, because they would tell you the exact same thing that we're all telling you, is to go into the Kabam ID at the top on the home page and then change your password. And then if you want to be on the extra safe side, change your password every month, every few months. Because otherwise, I mean, none of that makes sense. Otherwise, none of that makes sense. Again, I mean, I'm really sorry to hear that happen to you. That's extremely frustrating, but like Billy was saying, the only thing left to do to try and recover any of that is to reach out to Kabam support, make your case, and then see what they can do about it. Also, as a note to all you guys out there too, if you haven't already, just pivoting from that, always just make sure that you've got your account linked with a Kabam ID. Because, like, for me, it always winds up logging me out for some stupid reason. So I gotta go log back in and link the game you're playing right here to your Kabam ID. That way, at least it's always on backup someplace, so you don't lose all the local access memory stuff here. Just in case. Do any of you guys know off the top of your head if there's a really tanky Angela fight someplace? I would love to go up against Angela now and bring my Mordo with. And since she's completely nullifying me, and that's fantastic, she gets buffs all over the place, which is also fantastic. Mordo would just eat her alive. That'd be really fun. Because he's one of the few champions that can punish all those kind of buffs without nullifying them. Uh-oh. There we go. Waiting for the new Apple press conference next week. Hopefully they announce a new iPad so I can pick up one of the old models up on sale. That's what I did for my phone. I waited for them to announce the 12, and I was like, sweet, I will take an 11, please. And they're like, that old piece of junk? And I'm like, yep, I will take that for several $100 off, please and thank you. Because I don't care. I don't need the newest, greatest thing. I need something to work. I need something that's going to last me a few years, but I don't need the newest, shiniest thing. So, for jokes, it'll also be interesting to see what new features Apple introduces that Android users have enjoyed for the last 5 years. Well, Nuggets, and I'm sorry to say, I mean, if it's winding up being too much of a roadblock, then there's no shame in holding off for a little bit, building up your roster a little bit more. And then trying it again a little bit later on when either you've got a couple of new characters to throw at it as well, or you're able to rank up your existing characters a little bit further. For Black Widow, good rule of thumb is to never do a 5-hit combo. Uh-oh. Always do a 4-hit combo, because that 5th hit could cause her to evade, and then you're leaving yourself completely vulnerable to a counterattack. So by doing a 4-hit combo, that still leaves you the option to at least parry, and if not a parry, at least block. It's still annoying, but saves you a little bit of grief. Like, a little bit of grief. My iPad is texting Dr. Kevorkian on its own. That's funny. Man, that's a deep cut reference there, too. I appreciate the heck out of that. Kudos to you, PP. Pool Dead popping in and saying, hey, bro. Well, what's up, Pool Dead? Happy Friday, or it's not Friday, happy Wednesday. I have no idea what day it is. St. Patty's Day. I know that much. Happy St. Patrick's Day, bud. Good to see you. Dex. You know what would be awesome to get a little bit of love? Is Gilly. Gilly 99 is a fantastic champion. Gilly by herself, with all of her synergies, is a good champion, but I definitely feel like her kit could use a 2021 makeover. Especially seeing as how she's like proprietary Kabam character right there. Would Mole Man be a good choice for Labyrinth? 6-star rank 2. I haven't played enough as him to say that yes, he will be a definitively good fight or a good counter. I would say possibly yes. Like, but I think at that point too, most 6 stars who you'd want to take up to rank 2 would be solid options, just because they can dish out enough damage. But again, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. I'm not familiar enough with Momad's new kit, but my hot take would be yes. Problem with Black Widow, if she doesn't evade, she won't for a while. But the moment she does evade, she constantly evades. There's no consistency with her. It's unfair. Yeah, that and the Dexing evasion AI algorithm is all over the place. Like, they've tried to streamline it, they've tried to shorthand it, they've tried to this, that, and the other, but it's crock. Can you do a 5-2-4 with the champs I'm using so I can see your strategy? I can use the champs, yes, but I think mine might be a little bit more ranked up than yours. But yeah, I can do the first couple of fights, sure. Just throw up in chat the characters or the champs that you're using, and then which path specifically. Oh, there you go. Mags, Colossus, Claire, Torch, Aegon. Okay. Billy says Wednesday. Yeah, dang it, I know. I know. It's me in my old age. Losing track of time. And then circling it back, we just made a full 360, bringing it back to the start. Only took an hour, 10 minutes. Speaking of which, it being top of the hour here, figure do a quick shameless plug. Just welcoming everybody again back to the channel. I'm vonShoe. If this is the first time that you've hung out and stopped by for a bit, it is a pleasure getting to meet you. I do live streams like this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. Sunday being the Super Serial Sunday Serial stream. Do ask you kindly, consider liking the video, throwing a subscribe the channel's way. That all helps the channel grow. Do very much appreciate that. Got a video out earlier today with a big crystal opening for early access Odins and MCoC. Got 3 new champions out of that. Turned out pretty okay, I'd say. And I got a gameplay video coming out tomorrow morning showing off the shock pre-fight that Odin can give to his worthy Norsemen. So always cool stuff coming out on the pipe. Let's do this. Do this. Gilly 99 would be a good Labyrinth choice. No, Gilly would be an awful choice. And it's for the dumbest reasons, Reaper. It's because Labyrinth has that stupid damage cap. So, I mean, okay, so yes and no. Yes, she would be a great, or she could be a great option for it because she could bypass the Labyrinth damage cap. The dumb reason for that is that you would have to time your special 3 to KO the opponent at less than 1% health because of the damage cap. And that's the dumbest thing, because of the damage cap, her special 3 can't bypass that, and 50,000 health for a Labyrinth champion, like I said, is about 1% or less. So you got to be spot on, otherwise you're building your combo up from the ground up. It's so stupidly annoying. She should be an amazing champion for Labyrinth. She should, or Abyss. But no, not as much. Okay, so quick little 5-2-4 rundown. 5-2-4. Using let's see, what was it again? Mags, Colossus, Torch, Aegon, and Claire. Straight up the middle, right? And then I'm assuming you're going right for combo shield. Friggin' game. Friggin' game. Pool Dad asking, who is my favorite champion? My favorite champion to play is Elsa Bloodstone. Hands down. Still is my favorite champion to play. I got others that are a lot of fun to play now. I love Spotterham, I love Storm Pyramid X, but Elsa Bloodstone is still my #1 favorite. Alright, so for this one, right, every, 10 seconds or whatever, the debuff that they get is shrugged off. Immediately shrugged off, and they heal a little bit. So, great way to counter that is to just go in anticipating that it's going to get shrugged off. and then perhaps I shouldn't have brought 3 stars to speed things along here. Because that block damage, though. Well, I suppose the nice thing about all this is that, assuming I don't get clipped by nonsense somewhere along the way, Aegon will come out of this with a nice little combo. Just means actually that Black Widow fight's gonna suck even more with 3 stars. Open a 5-star feature, dupe my 5-star Mole Man, rip, because I got a 6-star rank 2 already. Ah, that's rough. I mean, a good pull, but yeah, I get that. All I gotta do is dex this and I'm golden. Or if I don't, I'm toast. So Nuggets, let me ask you, are you using 3 stars for this? Because you said Aegon and whoever else was a 4-star. Because if you're using 3 stars for this, then that's mighty challenging just by itself. And I can see why you'd be having a hard time. Doable, it just takes freaking forever. Especially against Ant-Man who glances. Come on. So Aegon takes about 150 hits to start ramping up against Ant-Man. Just because it takes him that long to get that true accuracy to bypass some of the glancing a little bit better. Kabam's in on it, PB. So 565 Ghost a good choice for Labyrinth. Yeah, it's not a bad choice for the most part. You're just gonna want to bring like a full Ghost team around it though too. So your Ant-Man, your Wasp for sure. Probably couldn't hurt to bring a Hood as well, you know. Anyway. Now I'm just kind of curious to do this just for the fun of it. I shouldn't. I really got to keep going on arena. Don't need this kind of prolonged distraction. Also, for a fight like this, just as a side note, I have 256 hits saved up right now, so if I pause the game and quit, all those hits wind up getting banked. If I get tagged and KO'd, then none of it gets banked. Thousand hits with 3-star Aegon incoming. Yeah, probably closer to 400-500 probably, if I were to keep going. Also want to get 3-star Odin so I can use double crossfight ability. It's powerful. In a year or two, maybe I'll have a 5- and 6-star Odin to do triple crossfights. Triple or quad, yeah, if you really wanted to. I use the 4-star Aegon, red mags. Okay. And a 5-star class. Okay, gotcha. Cool. You see BG's vid on Ghost with the Odin synergy? I did. I would not be surprised if there is some sort of way to limit the potential of stacking Odins. I would not be surprised. Because, like, the way it's set up right now is that Odin is going to completely break incursions. He's going to completely break them. Especially with all the different, like, hacks that they have got set up right now. It's just going to completely cheese the heck out of it. Alright, so let's just do this. See if this speeds things up a little bit. Because the point here is just get to the White Widow fight. Bup boy popping in saying hi. Well, how's it going? Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well today. That chip damage though. Stupid. Man, I ain't got time for this. Wonder what a worthy Aegon is like. I don't know, but I don't think it's worth it. Because, like, for him, in order to capitalize on any of that benefit, you got to get hit to get the Furies proccing in the first place. Or have a really high combo, and at that point, is it going to make that much difference? Because, like, a huge chunk of Aegon's damage comes from the direct damage he does on top of his normal damage, right? And that, I don't think, is affected by aptitude. Okay. Come here, dude. I got the 3-star Odin, haven't tried him yet. Hey, congrats, PP. That's awesome. I have a 4-star Odin from the 2 Odin deals from the other day. Nice. Well, the 4-star, like I said, I mean, is really all you need because all the different rarities, the 3, 4, 5, 6-star, all have those pre-fights to use. Just with marginal improvement the higher up you go. How about Horseman, Norseman, Colossus for incursion? Yeah, why not? Still say that sounds like a nursery rhyme. Horseman, Norseman, Colossus went on a trip. Horseman, Norseman, Colossus let out a great rip. Okay, don't do that. Also, if you have Resonate turned on for this path, it's a really bad time. But you kind of see what I'm doing here a little bit. Like 4-hit combo and then just always anticipate the evade. That way you're never surprised because you're like, yeah, of course there's an evade coming. Bait out the specials. But sometimes you get clipped because they still haven't fixed that. That was the original evade bug. But that's the best way to get through it. 4-hit combos, always anticipate the evade, and most likely, never be surprised. If you got a Heimdall, 3-star Heimdall, 4-star Heimdall, that helps too. At least prevents you from getting one shot. Imagine if Kabam gives Red Hulk a buff. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. Oh, that's the thing though, Billy. I'm getting caught up on chat. Daredevil Classic is my favorite Marvel character. Or just Daredevil period is my favorite Marvel character. I mean, in-game his kid is okay. At max sig, it's okay. But yeah, I mean, in the comics, yeah. Who do you think is the strongest, Hulk or Thor, just in raw power? I think probably with all the different optimized masteries and synergies and whatnot, I would hazard a guess and say Thor Ragnarok, assuming you're not going up against the shock immune champ. Because if you got the proper synergies to boost stun time or increase stun chance on special attacks, you're just going to wind up being, like, effectively just stun locking somebody in the corner, melting them with shock damage, and just, like, instantly launching another special 3 to repeat the cycle. Hulk, probably Red Hulk, just because of the incinerate damage. No, She-Hulk. Sorry, take it back. She-Hulk buff, best Hulk. No, I'm just kidding, it's Joe Fixit. No, but really though, She-Hulk. Because I'd rather have utility over damage any day. Kabam does it to themselves though. They create a character with godly abilities that benefit other characters and then they want to meet it. They better not nerf Odin's abilities. Yeah. Or nerf Ant-Man, because that's what winds up giving Ghost that ridiculous damage. Tried OG Thor, Odin, White Mags, Heimdall, Thor, Jane. OG Thor hit like a truck for like 1,100 with his basic hits with double armor break. 4-star 550 Level 99, mind you. Yeah, maxed out. He does, and he certainly did. This is just not going to go well for me, is it? I mean, I still wish that they'd bring back, like, pre-12.0 Thor, where you could stack indefinite armor breaks. God, that guy was so broken. Like, I mean, there's, like, Cosmic Ghost Rider in game now, which is effectively the equivalent. A single special 2 KOs everybody. For the most part. But, I mean, that's what Thor used to do. Same idea. Tempted to awaken my 5-star OG Thor with my Cosmic Awakening gem. Not a bad idea. It's not like he's in basic crystals that you could awaken him naturally. Plus, he really needs to be awakened to get to maximize his damage potential. You could do a lot worse. You could do a lot worse. Magic on this path is worse because the buffs and debuffs make her regen along with Limbo. Yeah. So, I mean, if you got somebody who reduces ability accuracy, like Archangel or Falcon, especially Blade, it'd be good to bring with, too. Yeah, you got it, Nuggets. Good luck. I mean, like I said, I mean, it's still not foolproof, obviously. But that's the strat, at least. Best case scenario, going in with someone who has like True Strike, but for that squad right there, just playing the 4-hit combo is probably the best way to go. Got 5-star Heimdall Awakened. Nice, Reaper. All right, guys, I'm gonna go tired, but I'm gonna play for a bit. So good night. All right, bud. Take care. Good luck. Happy St. Patrick's Day again, and we'll catch you later. Oh man, go with Corvus. Go with Corvus. Like if you play Alliance Quest on the regular, he is so insanely useful. So insanely useful. Definitely not a bad choice. Because, like, Thor, Awakened Thor is nice, but there are plenty of other champions in-game now that can match that damage output. The Inhuman Royal Family team is powerful, yes, especially now with Odin's aptitude buff. 100%, yeah. Rudrank popping in and saying, hey! What's good, Rudrank? Happy Wednesday. How's it going, bud? What's new with you? Hope you're doing well here tonight. Alright, so I think there's one more team of 6 stars. Perfect. That way everybody's on cooldown. Everybody should be good to go by before Arena ends tomorrow. Let's do that. Pretty good, bud. Oh, good to hear. Real good to hear. So what do you think about either Mangog or Odin? You getting excited for either one of those guys? I mean, I know Mangog is almost done and gone in Arena, but Is it just me, or is like the hype, the excitement for Mangog just completely fallen off? Like, nobody is talking about him. Nobody's posting gameplay, nothing. Like, he was here and people were like, hey, that's cool. And then Odin came around and they're like, hey, that's cool. And I'm just like, put down the Mangog toy and moved on to something else. Doesn't Black Bolt need to be awakened, though, to benefit from being worthy? Oh, yeah. Yeah, unawakened Black Bolt is pretty, like, extremely vanilla. His whole kit is in his awakened ability. Just like a lot of other Cosmic Champs, the whole kit is tied into the awakened ability. Kind of crock in my opinion, but that was classic vintage MCoC design back in the day. Wanted to sell you on the awakened ability mechanic, because that was not standard with the game. That was added later. Oh, Howard. Now it's starting on the 5s. Do that. And that. Alright, so informal opinion time. Who would you guys choose between a brand new Hulk Ragnarok and Waking Up Phoenix? Because I'm not going to lie, I'm still second guessing my Nexus choice. I mean, not really. I think I made the best decision. I'm really happy to have a Hulk Rags as a 6-star now, but I don't know. I still have a really soft spot for Phoenix in this game. Even though I know that's an unpopular opinion. Really wanted to get my hands on Mangog, but didn't grind Arena for him. Got him from the Insider. Not really hyped for Odin. Interesting. Yeah, it seems like the community is kind of like split on Odin. Like, some people are just like not interested in him at all, and other people are just hyping up the pre-fights and kind of ignoring the kit. Phoenix would be a lot of fun to play as a worthy champion too. Especially paired up with Emma, so your Furies are like always active. That could be fun. Reaper giving the vote to Phoenix. Yeah, because like having Phoenix at max sig is nice for added heals, but really just the ability to get the heals in the first place. Yep, I know. Need to test out Worthy Black Bolt with my 4-star since I have him awakened. Might take him to 550. There you go. I mean, granted, you would almost need to fly exclusive, like, Inhuman synergy team to make him viable, to really make him sing, right? So, Black Bolt, Odin, right, obviously, but then Medusa as well, Karnak for kicks, and Quake to round out a team. Not the worst thing in the world. Absolutely not the worst thing. Black Bolt was buffed He had a kind of inbuilt recoil while using a special too. Yep. Yep. God, I'm so glad that they've moved on from the copy-paste days where like Iron Patriot and Black Bolt had the same self-damaging special too. It's so dumb. Alright, Billy. Take care, bud. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of your St. Patty's Day, bud. We'll catch you later. Doink. I choose Hulk Rags, no doubt, if he's new because of arena points. Really like my 5-star Phoenix, though. She really is great with Professor X synergy if you ever try that. Yep. Yep. And that was my thinking, though, too, because even if I never wound up using Hulk for content, he still would be, you know, brand new 6-star for the arena points. And then the other bit is that I've got my Phoenix as a maxed out 5-star, and I don't have a use for 2. So even though the 6-star would be future proof in getting her awakened, that's where I was coming from. But it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, wouldn't have been a bad call. Wish the Cosmic Supremacy synergy also affected power gain and regen effects. Yes, but in a sort of workaround way, you could always pair up like Angela with Mr. Fantastic. And while it doesn't like boost the buffs in the same way, it pauses the timer for each hit that you do. So in a way, it kind of works like that, but in a really roundabout sort of way. Boink. Wonder how worthy a nihilist will be. Probably still not worthy in my guess. A nihilist is that I'm a defender and not much else category. Tom popping in saying, hello Rob and chat. And Bagora, happy St. Patty's Day. Well, same to you, bud. Same to you. Always a pleasure, my friend. Good to see you. Why do so many people have Phoenix as a 5-star maxed out? Yeah, it's strictly for prestige. Before Surfer came out, she was the top cosmic option. Oops. And that's the thing, though, too. I mean, also before Doom came out, like, I don't know, 9 out of the top 10 prestige options were not optimal champs to play. That is, people just ranked them up strictly for prestige. And I'm not a fan of that. You have to do it to stay competitive, but I'm absolutely not a fan of that. It takes away the whole fun game aspect of the game. Boink. Blurg. Oh, Dragon Man. What a silly, wonderful, amazing character. If you got one, rank him up. So much fun to play. So silly. But so much fun. Reaper says, I see that Mr. Fantastic synergy with Angela can somewhat elongate the duration of her buffs. Very useful. Yep. Yep. That's why like the go-to synergy for Angela now is Angela, Reed. Beardo is pretty useful too, but then Odin as well. Odin especially, if you're questing. I love how they took Angela and just have completely made her god tier. I am very, very, very happy to see that. Because, like, I'm a long-time Angela fan. Like, back when she was still with Spawn. And that's where I was introduced to the character originally. And then there was, you know, the legalese nonsense, and she made her way to Marvel. I was like, that's still cool, though. And hey, now she's a really good champion in the game here, so I am all for it. Heck yeah. Should I take my 4-star Dragon Man to 550? I have him level 99. I would. He's one of those champions that benefits a lot from a high Sig level, so to have him max Sig is a big plus. Now a rank up question. As you know, Mutant class is completely OP. I'm on 624, really close to 625. Do you think Storm Pyramid X is rank up worthy because she can parry Mordo? I got other better options such as Archangel, Domino, and APOC. That's tough. So I would not rank Storm up over Archangel, an Awakened Archangel, because that Neurotoxin is just too friggin' useful. She can parry Mordo, which is really cool. And she can do a lot of cool stuff too. But come on. There we go. But I don't know. I'd probably do Archangel, APOC, Storm, Domino. In my humble opinion. Because she is good. She is worth a rank up. She can do big damage if certain certain qualifiers are met. She's got a passive slow, which is fantastic. It still is the only passive slow in game. Obviously, the shock immunity is a big plus. The cold snap immunity is a big plus. Dealing both of those debuffs is a big plus. Charging prowess as a horseman, big plus. She's a really solid champ. It would be hard, like I said, to place her above Archangel. Worthy Gamora seems very powerful. Worthy Awakened Gamora, I think, yes? I always gotta reacquaint myself with Gamora. Because I always forget that she got buffed. Like she was one of the first buffs. She deals shock on special 3s now. So let's see. So on light attacks, you have a chance for a fury buff, which is cool. Medium attacks, chance for a cruelty, which is also cool. Yeah, so I mean, you just gotta wait that time because she's got the passive ability where it's a increased 60% increased duration if you've been playing for What is it? For a minute? Is that right? Yeah. Heavy attacks refresh the duration of all that. So, yeah, and then that stacks on top of it. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Especially if you pair her with Nova, because Nova gives a chance for a natural aptitude buff. Plus with Beardo to increase duration already anyway. Yeah. Yeah, she could be fun. She could definitely be fun. I just really hope that they eventually wind up buffing the Guardians, or the rest of the Guardians, buffing Drax, buffing Groot, buffing Rocket. Because I'd really much like to have a Guardians team again. A relevant Guardians team. Got lucky again, pulled 5-star APOC, aka Mr. Barbecue Hands. From a 5-star feature tonight. Nice. Big congrats on the extra SIGs there, bud. So, Rob, your favorite champ from each class. My favorite, my personal favorite, or like who I think is the most useful? His favorite champ, Science Spider-Ham. Personal favorite. Just animations and playstyle. Most useful, I'd say, is Void. I'd put Void over Quake. Skill, personal favorite, Elsa. Most useful. Nick, probably. For mutant, favorite mutant, Storm Pyramid X. Most useful, Omega. Because I love, same's true with Void. I really love that passive, unpunishable damage between Void's debuffs and then Omega's spores. But I mean, Mutant's really tough because you could make just as good a case for Archangel with Red Magneto with APOC. You know, that one's tough. Favorite tech champ? Probably Ghost. Ghost and Ghost. Favorite cosmic champ? Space Ghost. It's just so smooth and so silly getting his rotation damage down. And a favorite Mystic to play? That's a tie between Mordo and Tigra. Most useful is Claire, I'd say. Rodring saying, hi. Well, hi. Game was lagging right there, bringing up the I-bomb fight. Well, that's tough. That's tough. trying to figure out who's like the most useful or who's the best in each class, because you can make such a strong case for so many of them nowadays, you know? A lot of good options. Personal favorite, though, is always a lot easier. Because personal favorite doesn't matter in terms of utility or damage output or any of that. It's just, you know, whoever you like. I'm all for that. Sign me up. Doink. Yoink. What about you, Roderick? Who's your personal favorite in each class? I'm popping in and saying People's Elbow Raid. Awesome. Well, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining in on the raid. Good to see you, bud. Parasite, also part of the People's Champ raid. You know, it'd be really funny too. Everybody comes in with another hashtag People's something raid. People's Elbow, People's Eye, or People's Eyebrow. People's Kneecap. Like put the full build a rock. Nah, that'd just be silly. But how's it going, everybody? And People's Champ stopping in saying finally the champ has come back to vonShoe stream. What's good, PC? How's it going, bud? Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. And the rest everybody else rating too. How's it going, everybody? Thanks for stopping by. Big howdy to Riley as well. Howdy, howdy. I'm asking Parasite, what is the Alliance's Alliance War ranking between silver, gold, platinum, stone, masters, and everything in between? All the different flavors. So many different flavors. I would not be opposed to trying some of the People's Strudel. I mean, especially if you get like a good strudel too, right? Not like the store-bought stuff. That doesn't count. That's like, it's like saying that Twinkie is like a bona fide cake. It's like, it is what it is, but it's not what it says it is, you know? So if it's like a nummy homemade strudel, I'd be all for that. I haven't had one of those in ages. Because again, big difference between store-bought stuff and a real thing. Made with love. Well, best of luck, Parasite, to you and everybody else in your alliance, especially with the war starting up here now, again, already. How's the stream tonight, PC? Hope all the adventures there went well. Punchy, punchy, punch. I try and bait out the special here. Completely choke on the punishing the special intercept. Oh, you know what I forgot? I mean, I'm 2 hours into the stream, and I completely forgot about the dev diary that they released today for Hercules, Part 1. Not that I needed to be sold on the champion anymore, just because, I mean, I was Team Herc for the final vote. But it's really nice to see that they reiterated that he's going to be a skill-based champ, or a champ that rewards skilled gameplay, I should say. Heck yeah, bring that on. Got my 8th and 9th 5-star rank 5. Very cool. Well, don't spoil it, bud, because I'm going to be watching the stream later on, so I want to follow along and be surprised. But big congrats. Big congrats on the rank ups. It's a big, 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 big milestone. Tom here saying, hey PC and PC Raiders. PC Raiders sounds like it's a fraternity. So, alright, everybody gather at the statue at 3 a.m. for the PC raid. That's actually a lot of fun. Do that, do that, do that. Do that, do that. And sword slice. Come on, get out of here. Get out of here, crossbones. Go away. There we go. Karnak with the fairly useless special one. Good lord, I really hope they wind up buffing that guy. Only if I slap the bag. Slappity, slap, slap, slap. Well, it was really cool getting get rated by PC and the crew here tonight. I think we got a really, really cool thing going. Some nights we come raid you guys, and this night we're fortunate enough to have been raided by you guys. Reaper says, I hope so too, because I got a 6-star Karnak. Yup. And it's interesting too that Karnak is the only champion who requires 2 different class catalysts to rank up. Like you'd have thought that they'd have done something like that with somebody else at some point, but nope. Nope.
Here. It's only 1.
Well, hey about that. Speaking of which, it is about that time though to start winding things down, I think. But how about we open up a 4-star and then go say hey to Marcus here. Marcus is farming pots and revives for Abyss.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Gonna wish him the best for that. Let me get the URL here. Who do you think is gonna pop out of the crystal? We got everybody up through Cosmic Ghost Rider now. Kind of interested to see who winds up popping out. But let's do... Put him in the spinner. And as he's in the spinner, I want to thank you guys for watching tonight. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you guys. Stay safe if you are going out and doing St. Patty's Day adventures. And thanks for watching for the live stream here. I'm going to be back live streaming again Friday for probably back with the Rob Von 2 account. I got a video coming out tomorrow morning showcasing some fun things you can do with the Shock pre-fight on Odin, as well as arena results right here. Get Marcus's thing right there. Cable. Gilly. Realized that I hadn't guessed. So let's go, like I said, say hey to Marcus. There's the link. There's the handle. I will take a max sig on Gilly. And that's going to do me for tonight, everybody. Again, take care, everybody. We'll catch you later. I'm Rob vonShoe. Be well, everybody. Till next time, take care. Talk soon. Stay safe. We'll catch you next time. Bye for now.